Hi and welcome to dreaminghotrods.com. What I want to share with you here is most of us like our coupes or our pickups, and we sometimes like to have bench seats. So I want to actually show you how I've gone about and made a couple of seats for my rides. Not everyone wants bucket seats in actual cars, so coupes are ideal for having bench seats, and sometimes you want to make them fold forward, say for a tutor. Here's a standard bench seat, and as I say, a bucket seat wouldn't look appropriate in that. Tutors come with bucket seats, but very hard to find. So if you're finding an actual project here, you'll see some don't come with seats, or they're in pretty sad condition. So what we're going to do, we're actually got to go out and try and find some original seats, whether we go out to wrecking yards or find old vehicles in paddocks. There's one there. I actually cut the roof off it and actually managed to salvage the seat out of that. It's a 1948 Chev. And there's the actual seat once I got it dragged home. But you can see the sides of that seat. I actually want to try and match my car, which is a 1936 coupe, and that's how the seats look there. They are actually made out of timber. As you'll see here, an original 36 seat coupe is made out of timber with a steel base. So they're not the greatest or the strongest, I think. And that's the rear section. You can see the springs there and how it's actually attached to the side. So it's all timber. But I want to achieve the look of the original seat in steel. There's one out of a sedan, a 36 sedan. So that's the look I'm trying to achieve. Here's the actual back section of one. I've managed to find that at a swap meet. I'm going to use that actually, and also at another swap I found the base of one. So I was going to marry the two together, but I've come up with another alternative. I want to make my actual seat pivot so I can get to, instead of using bucket seats. So I've come up there, used the back section from a Toyota vehicle, attached it to a homemade up base from another car, and I'm actually attached the back of the 36 coupe I got from a swap meet to it, making it pivot. I've had to modify the ears and all that. You can see where I've welded it on. They do look rusty and shabby, but they won't. You'll see in an end result where I've come up with a great solution. But there it is, fitted into the Roadster. I think it looks great. It's going to be actually a little bit higher than that. I've got to actually fit the bottom rails to it yet, but it just looks trick. I like the original effect of the curved back of it. You can see the access now to the back seat will be easy. But you can use these for tutors as well. Having that pivot point like it just did then, it works out great. You can see it there. It does need the actual feet on it, so it'll raise up a couple more inches. But more to so, this one here is the seat I got out of the 48 Chev. I'm actually going to modify that to fit my 36 Ford. It is actually too wide by about 60 mil. Or 2.5 inches, and again I like to keep that curve, so that's why I'm hunting for these sort of seats. But the base of this seat's pretty flimsy, so what I'm going to do is add the 36 base to it, and it worked out fine. You can see in this next shot, once it's all been finished and cleaned up, it doesn't look shabby at all anymore. You can see where I've actually joined it on both sides. Had to trim that 60 mil out, took 30 mil out of both sides, and you can see where I've actually joined it down the bottom to the 36 base. I managed to keep the actual foot rest in the rear to it as well, and you can see where I've joined them to it. So this is very strong indeed. The very front section I actually had to add a bit of strengthening angle line to it, supporting the whole front, because if you're a heavy bloke it would actually bend it. The base itself is really good as well. I just had to clean a bit more rust off the bottom, you can see there, before I actually painted it in primer. Now I painted it outside, it didn't matter, I only used a primer, I just brushed any bugs and that off it because it's going to be reupholstered anyway. Then I painted it black just to bring it up, give it some more proofing there. That came up really good. I was really pleased with the results. Fits in the coupe nicely. It's probably a little bit wider than the factory seat itself, but it fits in well. Now, I was actually fortunate enough to get the runners with this base seat, and they came up terrific. And what I did, I actually added a bit more metal to give it a flat bottom instead of the standard kink up for the front. There it is fitted to it, so I was trying to achieve the same results as the original seat there. So I hope that'll help with your project, and thanks for watching.